He's feeling good.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
We're ready.
You ready?
Right.
You sure? All right. All right. Episode 8.
Episode.
Go ahead. You say it. You say it this time. Go ahead. You say
Yo, what?
Go ahead. Do the
Episode,
intro.
do the intro?
Yeah,
do the intro.
Start it off.
Gonzo, back at it. Elevate Barbering Podcast, episode 8.
8, baby.
8. And we got none other than Angel the Barber from Legacy Barber Studio.
What's up?
Welcome
What's
to the
up?
team.
Thank you.
One half of the ownership, if I am not mistaken.
Correct, along with Caesar, also known as Flawless C's.
Flawless C.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. We see you soon. We see you on the next one, bro.
For the record, that's Flawless CEAS
Correct.
on Instagram and I'm guessing Facebook. He probably has something like that.
I believe so.
Wait, everybody,
it's not CAE?
let me just
CEA.
CA? I thought it was CAE.
Maybe that's the real.
Is that Caesar Dressling?
that might be the real Caesar.
That might be the real Caesar.
See,
Caesar's
but
Palace.
he doesn't. I think he spells it differently, like his real name.
Yeah.
But I think he put it that way just for social media.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong though.
Easier to read.
I don't know how to spell Caesar, so I'm the wrong guy to ask.
He's my brother-in-law, so I should know this.
You
but-
should know this.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
Caesar's a fire name for the record. Like, there's not many names that hold that kind of weight.
Yeah.
Like Caesar, what's the first thing you think of? Dressing? Don't tell me
I
dressing.
think of the dressing or Caesar's Palace because fucking The Hangover and
So you're-
Alan's like,
so
did the
even-
real Caesar stay here? Right.
So even when you're thinking of it, it's not even the real Caesar. You're thinking of Caesar's palace.
No, like the Greek
hotel-
god guy. Is he
Stop
a Greek
it,
god,
stop
Caesar?
It, stop. You're disrespecting everything
Caesar-
about the name.
Oh, Caesar's like a king,
Caesar
right? Somewhere.
is the bro. Listen,
Fuck
we're
Caesar,
gonna have to
by the
have a
way.
whole conversation. The fact
History
that-
wasn't my best subject.
I understand that thinking of Caesar's Palace, the hotel, but for me, when I hear Caesar, I'm thinking Roman Empire, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the historic vibe of Caesar and the gladiators and like
could
the
tell him he's
Roman
full
war.
of
Listen,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I love,
You don't?
Yeah.
I love eating, so I think about Little Caesar. So
Oh.
That's crazy.
Pizza.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking gladiators and war. You're thinking Las Vegas, and you're thinking eat some pizza.
Eat some pizza. Yeah.
That's how different our minds are, bro.
yeah.
Yep. Perspective.
Listen, that's a hell of an intro. I'm glad that's what brings it in. But anyway, shout out Caesar. He couldn't make it.
Yes.
But we fully expect you to be here next time, bro.
Yes.
Tell
All
him.
right.
Tell him.
I don't care what it takes. You need to come out here. We need to be sitting down, talking, showing love.
Yep.
No, it's all love, bro. We'll catch you next time for sure. But I'm glad you can make it though, man.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You've been doing your thing, bro, for a couple years now. I've been watching you, in a non-creepy way. Right?
Stalker.
He just shoves it in your face. Yeah.
No, but I started cutting here in Ocala in 2020.
Okay.
That was when I got my license officially. And you were working, I think at that time at High Class. I think
2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2020
yeah,
you were
High
at High
Class.
Class. It was when y'all had he was like fully loaded over. Shout out Mike, my classic. But yeah, he was over there fully loaded with barbers, and then you were cutting over there. But I don't remember you being on YouTube at the time.
I was for a little bit, but not too long.
Yeah.
And then once I posted a few videos when I was there, but after that, when we moved to our location, that's when I stopped for a whole year. And now I got back into it. But
Just because you were busy.
between being busy and our shop is like I was telling you guys earlier, it's rooms, like kind of like suites.
Yeah.
And it was just me and Caesar. So he's in one room, I'm in the other one. And it got really, really like boring. Like there was no content to share. And
Right.
I was starting fresh. You know, when you move to a new location, you gotta, you lose some clients, you keep some. So I didn't have much, people to do tutorials and stuff like that. So I'm like, there's nothing to show. So I'm just gonna take a break. And I didn't post for a whole year. So
How did that feel? Did it feel like a good break, or were you like, damn, I'm trying to get back in the game?
it was good. It was good because I felt like I was posting because I felt like I had to. Not because of the love of it, and I was doing it for the wrong reason. I'm like, I gotta be a content creator. I gotta get these views. I want people to see me.
My bad, but are you saying that this was your mindset before you took a break and started your own
Yes.
barbershop?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was more like I was trying to figure out how could I be famous. You know what I mean?
And that was that your actual goal? Like, was that your primary driver at that point?
It was at that point, and I feel like a lot of times when people do that, that's when they start to become very stagnant, and a lot of the content becomes very very repetitive because you really don't know what to talk about. So taking that break ended up helping me out because now that I went back to it, I'm like, you know what? I enjoy helping people. I enjoy teaching people. And, having the new barbers in the shop and everything, helping them out, they taught me like, you know what? This is something I could do for a lot of people who are going through the same situations that don't know how to do this, don't know how to do that. And I could just make my little videos, share my life, my journey. And I've been doing it for the last month and a half now and gained probably like 100 subscribers in the last month.
It's only been a month and a half. Yeah, for real. Congrats on that. Yeah. Because people do not understand how hard it is to gain subscribers. Bro, I've started multiple things before. Not necessarily all YouTube, but I have started YouTube also. Granted, I have not put in the time and energy and consistency that you have, 100%.
Yeah.
I give you full credit for that, bro. Anybody who ever brings you up, or not like, to be honest, people don't bring you up. I would say that's a good thing, but it's not like, yo, Angel messed me up. No, but anytime anybody's ever talked to you, or even when he brought you up for the podcast, because we talked about doing your YouTube channel before.
Yeah.
And we were talking about having you guys on, and every time it's like, man, that dude's putting in work, bro. Like, he's mad videos, consistency is there.
A lot of work.
I gotta respect that, because when I started my YouTube, I think we had talked a little bit back and forth at the time.
Yeah.
And I think my first 2 videos, I would come home from cutting hair. I'd probably get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Let's say I started at 9:30, right? Mm-hmm. I would be editing, and I'm also getting in the flow of learning it too, right? It's not 100% muscle memory at this point. Mm-hmm. So, man, I'd be on there for 5 hours a night for 3-4 nights straight, go to sleep at 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m., and then have to wake up and go cut again. And you want to give everybody your best energy, your best effort.
Yeah.
And then you realize, bro, I got an 8-minute video for the past 3 nights of not sleeping. And then I have to be here, I will always value my experience with my clients in the chair, like the face-to-face more than anything else. So at the end of the day, that's always going to be a priority for me. And at that time, it wasn't doing the videos, bro. So seeing you consistently, all that, nonsense to say, seeing you consistently go that far for 2.5, 3 years, and then even switching it, because I know you said at first you were doing fitness, then you switched over to the barbering and back and forth. And it's like, bro, people don't understand how much time and effort goes into editing videos. Even the most simple videos is crazy.
And you got to think, the videos I make, like right now, like I said, I'm vlogging today. As soon as I'm done here, go home, edit, post it tomorrow. And I'm trying to post something almost every single day.
That's crazy.
That's a grind.
So the same thing like you said, like I'll make a vlog or something, start at 8, 9 o'clock at night editing. By 1 o'clock, I'm done. Make it, put it on YouTube, make a thumbnail. By the time I feel like going to sleep, it's 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm doing that like.
And you got kids too, right? How many kids do you have? 3?
I have 2. 3. One's my stepson that he's been part of my life since he was 11. He's 25 now. Nice. And then 2 of my son Nehemiah, who's 11, and my daughter Aliana, who is 10 years old. Shout out.
Shout out to the fam. Everybody's still in the house though?
My stepson is moved with his dad up north, and then my kids are with me.
Okay.
Me and my wife.
So you got other responsibilities and stuff to do too, bro. And it's no joke.
It's a lot of work.
And to do it the next day, I've got like 3 days worth of vlogs in my phone right now that I haven't even touched. So
ready to go,
bro. And that's just 3 days of vlogging. That's not to mention the haircut footage and this and that. Yeah. But what happens is with me, and I've always publicly been aware of this issue that I have, which is procrastination. Another one, my secondary superpower procrastination is organization. So both of those go hand in hand, especially when it comes to editing videos, because if you don't know how to organize your videos and your audio and your content in a way to make it flow for what you're putting out.
Yeah.
I saw one of your videos today and you had a super cinematic intro. And I'm like,
the lawnmower.
With the lawnmower. Yes. Yeah, bro.
Yo. Listen, oh my God, that took so much. So just to give you the context, it's hot. For those who watch this in Florida, it's hot. So, and I have my son helping me out. So I'm like, okay, let me get the angle set up, record 10 seconds, move it again, do it again. That scene where I'm screaming on the lawnmower, my son was literally sitting on the lawnmower backwards, holding the camera as I'm driving.
I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking you like hooked up a tripod or something, but it makes sense because you would have way more shake going on.
Yeah.
But you had him on there just doing his thing.
So behind the scenes. Just that clip is maybe less than a minute long. That took me about an hour to film. And then when I went to actually go cut the grass, my lawnmower was dead. The battery died.
Oh my gosh, bro. And then people don't think about, and then it's like what? Let's say a 30-second intro that looks awesome, by the way.
Took me
awesome
3 hours.
Job.
3 hours edit.
Took you all that work. And at the end of the day, realistically, obviously, not in a negative way,
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit,
Nobody
right?
cares.
Like only people who make videos
We'll be like, that's dope.
are like, yo, damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Everybody else is like, what the fuck did a lawnmower have to do with the rest of this video,
Nothing.
bro?
Nothing.
It's like, no, but you don't understand, bro. What and I appreciate that, from somebody who understands that part. So that's dope.
It's the things like that is what I enjoy doing it because I watch a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of vlogs with barbering, and they all tend to do the same thing. Camera here, shaky, show this, show that. And I want to give a story. You see like throughout my day and what I'm going through from driving, locations. Because to me, the name of the channel is Angel's Barber Life. So I want to show you my life, not just me holding the camera and cutting hair. So
That's dope. I like that. And I like to think like in my mind, I want to do the exact same thing because I'm more of that type of person. Well, we already know. We just talked about that, right? We're very alike. And I guess that's why it makes so much sense what you're saying to me. But then when it comes to me executing on that, what I feel like, let's say I followed your plan, right? Which obviously is not my goal, but let's say I did that. To me, I would feel like, I'm like, damn, now I'm too concentrated in barbering. Yeah. I got like a million other things I'm trying to do. And then I'm like, oh, then I got to do that for this and this and this. And I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to doing what you feel like doing in that moment because we have so many endless options and there's a market for everything. So at the end of the day, if you want to make a business out of anything that works, but you don't have to make a business out of everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Because I know you said when you started the YouTube that you were thinking psychologically more about fame. So now that you're not thinking that way, what is your well, actually, before I even ask that question, when you were thinking that way, why do you think fame was such a driving force for you? What was it about that path that seemed like you wanted to put energy towards that?
Most people do it because they want the recognition and the fame. I wanted it because I just wanted to make money quick.
Okay.
And then, but like I said earlier, it was never really working out because I was never able to be creative because I was forcing things. But yeah, once I just got rid of all that idea, and I'm like, okay, this is not working. I'm making stuff up. Half of the things I was showing, it wasn't even true. Like, I did this today. I didn't. I just pretend just so I could have some content. And it felt forced. But honestly, all of it was mostly because I'm like, okay, which is still a thought in my mind, but I want to be a barber that's 60 years old, still behind the chair cutting hair, shaking, with no teeth because, I have nothing else. I wanted to figure out a way how to, I love this industry. I've been doing it for 23 years. And I want to figure out a way to where I could do what I love, share my content, share what I love to do and educate people. And from there, if get to a point where I get the benefits of, of financially, then it's great. But back then I just wanted to be famous for the fact of money. And that was more like, if I get there, I get there. If I don't, it's cool. I still have fun doing it. So
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because most of the part you're doing it, you love doing this shit.
Yeah.
You don't do it because you don't love it. So, props to you for actually loving it and then doing it and executing on that shit. And then you're a barber. You might as well create the fucking content.
I'm already
it's
doing
easy.
it.
It's too easy. You're already going. You're going through life with it. You just have to
that's
hold
why
up the camera.
Yeah, that's why I switched from fitness to this because fitness I felt like I was forcing it.
Yeah. Now I got to go to the gym. Who wants to go to the gym? Nobody fucking wants to go.
Hey man, we wanna. I've been on my groove lately. Don't try to bring me down. 3 weeks strong right now. Your boy is getting it. Back and by. Just stop it. Don't be gassing me up. I don't need that right now.
I see.
I'll hit the Gold's Gym posing room tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. I got clients with access over there.
But yeah, that was the case. I was going to the gym just because I needed to film something. And not to lie, I would go to the gym, film one set of each workout, and go home just so I could have some content to show.
Oh man!
So, but now, first of all, I appreciate your honesty in saying that because I feel like most people wouldn't be honest that way.
Yeah.
And now that first of all, it doesn't even seem like that big a deal, right?
Yeah.
That's still better than what most people do, which is not even go to the gym,
not go to
right? So that's still. So that's still a million times better.
That was a bad shot. God damn. All right.
That's hilarious. So that's still great, right? Which is saying something. But aside from that, when you did that, did you feel bad about it in that time? Like when you went to the gym, did one set of every workout to get your video in, to get the video showing like you worked out, did that feel bad for you? Or did you just think, maybe I should rethink what I'm doing?
At the moment, no. But when I started having people actually message me on Instagram saying, man, your videos motivate me. I see all the work you put it in. You know, I want to be just like you. I'm like, damn, I didn't really do nothing. I'm lying. You know?
That's when it felt bad.
Yes.
When you felt like you were betraying someone's trust.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what? And then you thought, what about that? Like, let me just switch. What was your mindset?
So like I said, you know, the whole point of the video was the channel was to show my weight loss journey, because a lot of times when you go on YouTube and you put weight loss journey, they show you what they look like now, but not the process. So I'm like, let me make the process, show my, vlogging, going to the gym, what I'm eating, all that good stuff. And I was doing good, but then COVID hit. And then all those snacks came in and I was, eating things you're not supposed to. And the weight went back up. So I'm like, I can't feel myself now that I'm fat again. So I stopped for a while, and then I'm trying to figure out, okay, I still want to put content because I do enjoy it. So I decided, you know what, let me find something that I enjoy to do. So I started a family vlog because, everybody's making family vlogs, and family vlogs, you get money quick because everybody loves family. So
that money always creeps in. Hey, I'll tell you what, Gonzo fucks with you because he is always about the bag. He's about the bag.
But I couldn't do that YouTube dad shit, man. My daughter watches that stuff, man, and they're too energetic. I can't get.
That's not me.
What do you want to do to?
Well, that was the problem.
No, I'm not that.
That was the problem.
That's hilarious.
I figured my family, nothing against my family, but we're super boring people. Like most of the time we're home watching Netflix, or we might go to the park here and there.
Normal family shit.
It's a loving, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But when you try to make it entertainment, it's like, wait, we're not entertaining. Like we are not what we're watching on TV.
What you eat for breakfast? No, I don't do that. So, but yeah, so we tried that for a little bit, and then
I like to think that my life is that entertaining, but in reality,
it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Not at all. But it's fun.
I think I'm a super fun guy, but when I really look back, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't do.
You watch a video of it.
What matters is what's the experience you have during the living, right?
Yeah.
And it's that you think it's that entertaining.
Yeah.
So if you think that is that entertaining, then you're Gucci, bro. That's hilarious. So then when you did that, what do you think? Like, were you now when you look at what you're doing? Excuse me, and the Barber YouTube channel that you have going on, what is it that you feel now in terms of the energy and the work and the time that you're doing towards building it? Obviously, it's not the driving factor isn't the fame anymore. So what would you say it is for you now?
The fact that I have people it's kind of the same thing with the fitness, where people ask me, say, what you're showing, you encourage me, motivate me. Same thing now, but now I'm actually being real. The fact that I have people asking me, yo, I love your content, the way you teach. Can you make a video how to do this? Can you make a video how you do that? I love the way you explain things. So that feeling I get from that is what motivates me more now. And I feel like if I slack, I'm letting people down.
Exactly.
So that's what pushes me to do more.
That's fire. Yeah. That's dope. That's something that I feel like a lot of people don't have.
Do I want the money? Yeah, of course.
But
it's not my driving force.
You wouldn't be genuine about what you're doing though if you didn't actually feel that way. Because you could tell, like, I'm the type of person who I could easily tell if someone is being genuine or not, right? So when I see your video, whether or not I do or don't like it is irrelevant, right?
Yeah,
but is this person being genuine? Because if they are, then I respect it. And that's something that I feel like a lot of people lack now, or not even a lot of people lack. It's just some people don't value that, and some people value that. I'm the type of person who values authenticity and genuine character, right?
Same way,
So I don't care who you are or how you want to be. Just be how you are.
Yeah.
And then I will respect that.
Yeah, don't fake it.
Exactly. Yeah. And then how, and then it is what it is. From there, you find your group of people, right? The people who want to mess with you, the people who don't, blah, blah, blah. And just because, let's say, for example, let's say I guess one could say I have a barber channel, right? Even though I wouldn't necessarily say that. But let's say I would say that. One person might consider it, oh, well, are you competing with this person? It's like, no, we're two totally different people, right? Yeah. They do, even if we did the exact same title video on the exact same content, it will be a different video. So that's it. And you're going, the people that you motivate, that you inspire, that tell you they love how you explain it, they might watch the same video that I make and really not get the same effect from it. Yeah. And I think that that's what people don't understand. It's not always just about the information. Sometimes it's about how that information is being portrayed. Right. Because you can have somebody who's like, oh man, just like teachers, right? There's always been times growing up where you've had teachers that somehow you just really understand how they're saying what they're saying. And I think that that's what's beautiful about YouTube and even barbering in general, when it comes to learning how to cut hair, who you're going to go listen to, you like Chris Basio, right? He's not, in terms of like, if I was going to learn how to cut hair, he does great stuff, but the way he goes about it is just not a way that will be most beneficial to a person like me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, it's good that you have more people. And now I think that applies to all businesses, right? It's when people tell me they're in business or they're doing this or that, it's like, we all just need to help each other, bro, because we have so many people we got to reach. We can't reach them all.
Yeah. Correct.
It applies to barbering a lot.
Yeah.
Like other barbers think that we're in competition with each other, but no, we have our own styles. We have our own barbershop. People are coming just for the barbershop, maybe, or maybe for just the cut, or doesn't matter. Fucking the color of your face. It doesn't matter. Like if he fucks with you or not, your attitude, everything. It doesn't.
Conversations, bro. I could imagine. I don't know, but I would like to know. If I could know the real answer, and I don't know what I would like to be a fly. I got to come in. First of all, I've never been to Legacy, right? So I haven't even come over there. I got to come show love.
Come by, yeah.
One of the things is I want to understand what the vibe is, because obviously I know your vibe.
Yeah.
I've met C's. I met him once, I think, maybe twice. But I don't know the vibe of the shop. And I wonder how many people come to our shop only for that, right? Where it's like, you know what? I've had a better haircut, but I gotta go.
Fuck with those guys.
Right? Exactly. Because there's a whole different experience. I don't know if I overplay it in my head, but I feel like our barbershop is a vibe, bro. Like when you come in, you just already know some crazy shit is going on.
Yeah.
Like it's either a conversation or like some question that's going to be asked because we've been asking the past 10 other clients. Like, I don't know, bro. What do you think? How do you feel?
I think that's all subjective too, because that's what we feel that's most important as well, is like the more experience you get when you get here, that vibe, you know. Other people value other shit, you know. But I feel like we feel so strongly about it because we fuck with that vibe, and that's
your place.
That's been us from the beginning. So maybe it's for somebody else like clean ass cuts. That's it. You know. And that's what they like, you know. Yo, I'm giving out the best cuts. I don't care if I'm fucking bland the whole time.
Oh, I ain't saying shit. I'm not talking to you at all.
These cuts are crispy. So that's what they value, and I think that's what, you know, we value the most, is vibe and what they experience when they get here, other than the cut. We've explained that before.
I get a couple though, like Jeff came in. You know, Jeff Ursa. Shout out Jeff. Ashley Water Solutions. This is your podcast plug right here. I don't want to hear nothing about us not showing love.
Yeah, there'll be an invoice in the mail too, because we don't do this shit for free.
Nah, but he always shows love, and he came in here the other day. And so, you know, sometimes you're like, bro, you gassing right now. Get out of here. He came in, he opened the door. I'm cutting somebody else's hair. He opens the door and comes in, and he just like, I fucking love the energy in here. I he's like, I could just feel it. I feel the love in here. I love it. And I'm just like, you know, I want to hear that shit. Don't you come in here telling me that
right now.
But what do you think the vibe is for your shop? What for what UNC's wanted? How do you feel about it?
Okay, so this is not criticizing other shops. Nobody else like that. We worked in a lot of shops together. I think except only shop that we didn't work out together, which I think was Hair Junkies.
I'm going to ask solely from my curiosity. Has nothing to do with the fact that we're recording. But if you don't want to tell me, I don't care. I want to know all the shops. Like, could you tell me that you guys have worked at together?
Yeah, sure. So started together at my cousin's salon, Hair Pizzazz.
Is this all here?
Yeah, Hair Pizzazz is Marion Oaks. Okay. Then we worked at Marion Oaks Barbershop, which is, I think, is the one at Winn-Dixie Plaza. I think it's MB something like that now.
Yep.
I worked at it was called No Limit Barbershop, which is now King Cuts.
Okay,
Barber's Lounge
so
before.
they got bought out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we worked at.
So we had a little bit of a power surge.
A little.
All right. A little bit of a breakup. We're gonna get that momentum kicking back in. So you were just telling us we were talking about the shops that UNC's have worked at before.
Yeah.
Getting to where you're at now. So let's kick that back.
So yeah, like I said, the last one I said was Fashion Cuts. From Fashion Cuts, we went to Empire. From Empire, we went to High Class. And then from High Class, we opened our own. So working through all those shops, there was things that we liked and things that we didn't like. Most of the things that we like, and like I said, this is not to criticize nobody.
My bad. Real quick. Though.
Yes.
Your relationship was the same the whole time. Brothers-in-law. The whole time, but essentially.
Yeah. Because in Fashion Cuts, that's when I met my wife now, his sister, and then we started dating.
When you say in fashion cuts, you mean you guys met in barber school?
And actually, no, I was in Hair Pizzazz when I met my wife. No, Fashion Cut was the actual barbershop.
Oh, okay. So you guys were already barbers. This just happened. You guys just happened to end up with women who were related. And
so I was working at Hair Pizzazz, my cousin's salon, and he was dating my cousin who worked at Hair Pizzazz, and he was trying to learn how to cut hair. I got sick one day, and I couldn't work on a Saturday, and we're super booked, and the owner of the salon, Ray, told his daughter, "Yo, hit up Caesar. I know he's learning, but we need somebody." So he came in, and he started working there after that. And then I started teaching him, and then that's how we became friends.
Okay.
So it's like, it's me missing work got him a job, and then we became friends.
So when you guys moved on to every shop, was it like you meant to go together? It was like, hey, if you're going, I'm going type of thing?
Pretty much, yeah. Like when we were at Fashion Cuts, we were there together. He left to Empire first. And then that's when I had just got my license, which, we'll talk about later. But from there, things were, I wasn't getting a lot of clientele. So I'm like, I need to go somewhere a little more busier. And he's like, yo, we got a spot over here. We'll move. So there, that's the only time I could say we went separately. But every other one we went together. Okay. So pretty much, yeah. So
that's fire.
So now that you're in your own spot, what would you say that vibe is for you guys? I know we were talking about the vibe of our individual shops.
So us personally, the little things that we didn't like was the fact of how you treated your clients and the way you express yourself with clients. It could be, having a dirty shop. It could be, cursing like crazy when you got little kids and women in the shop. Have girls twerking on TV when you got women and kids in the shop and things like that.
Only then, though. At any other time, that's appropriate.
There's times we're in the shop and we're boys, whatever, and cursing comes on. We're like, okay, whatever. But in situations like that, we did it because we know that a majority of the people who come to a shop, especially their family, is dictated more by the woman than the man. Mm-hmm. If a woman doesn't feel comfortable with her kids being in there, she's not going to let her family go.
Right.
So we always looked out for that. So, we have music playing, we have TV, everything, but everything we do it so where you are in there and you feel comfortable, you don't feel out of place. One of the best reviews we got was a man said, I feel comfortable enough to send my wife in there by herself and know that the guys are not going to flirt with her and do something bad.
Hell yeah, no, that's dope. So, we haven't got that comment yet. No, I'm just
no. We treat them horrible.
No, I'm just playing, man. It's just too good. It's too good.
Yeah. That's very inspirational moment, motivational.
Yeah. No.
Fucked it up, man.
No, for real. That is dope though, because honestly though, all jokes aside, I do appreciate and feel that our people understand that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have several clients who do, and to know that it's like that as a man and as a man who has daughters too, which both of you do, that's a different level of compliment. You know what I mean? Yeah. To know that, like all jokes aside, as men how we BS out here.
Yeah.
But to know that you would feel comfortable sending your family in here in that situation, that means a lot for sure.
Especially with my wife and my sister-in-law, Kike's wife, or Caesar's wife, we call him Kike. They ain't gonna let that happen in the shop either. So they're part of it. So like, listen, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to see that. You better clean the shop,
Yeah.
So we have to
set y'all straight.
Yeah. So our shop is very, like I said, since it's rooms, it's not like a typical barber shop where we all interact and stuff. We can't do that because we're in different rooms. So usually in every room we have two per room. So like me and Jeff were in a room together, and we're both goofy and joke around, crack jokes. So we always had that vibe. And then in the room with Caesar and Carlos, they're more like relaxed, cool, but joke around here, but not so loud.
More quiet guys. Yeah.
So they vibe together. And then we have Jay, which he was by himself for a while. But now Jeff moved with Jay because Jeff is a big dude and doesn't fit really good in that room. So I always tell him he has woman bearing hips and baby bearing hips. So shout out to Jeff.
Shout out Jeff for your baby bearing hips, boy.
So
Jeff, he moved. Jeff cut it, by the way. Yeah. Hey, love, bro. Hey, no, I fuck with Jeff, bro. I worked with him at high class. Yeah. He's my guy, bro.
But so he moved with Jay because my room is the smallest. Caesar's is a little bit bigger, and then the back room is probably a little smaller than this. So he has more room back there and stuff. And then now we have...
Oh, are you saying a little smaller than this?
Like, okay, so like from... you guys can't see
your back room is a little smaller than this.
It's like, put a wall here going across and about this side.
I can't have you disrespecting our barbershop like that.
Listen,
that was a flex. That's
that's fire.
When you reach certain levels,
No, and listen, the reason I hate that more than anything is because the last two locations that we ended up between
Yeah.
this one and the other one, which was like less than half a mile from here, had like a separate office.
Okay.
That would have landed us like a shop. And then that, like you said, where you'll have like an office to do your videos or whatever. Yeah. That would have landed us that. So we think about that all the time. We're like, damn, bro, did we make the right choice?
Yeah, that would have been perfect. Yeah.
Yo, the spot would have been fire.
But in other ways, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you live and you learn. You take it with it.
Make benefit of what you got, you know?
So listen, since Gonzo's so talkative, no, I'm just playing. I was
about to ask him.
No, go ahead.
So the purpose, we never really got a full exact answer. So what's the purpose behind Legacy Barber Studio?
Yes.
The name and everything?
Of the shop vibe, everything. What's your purpose?
I'm going to just specify on the question a little bit for you.
Okay.
So when you and Caesar, because like when me and him came together to talk about the shop, we had like kind of a vision, right? Like, okay, we're going to open a barbershop. Not just, we're opening a barbershop. People can come here to get their hair cut, and then we charge barbers to make money.
Yeah.
Right? But like, what do you want your barbershop to be? Like, what do you want your clients to experience? And when you tell people, hey, did you come to my shop? Like, did you pick up the vibe at my shop? Yeah. What do you want that experience to be?
So one of the biggest things that we look for, and like I said, it's 4 of us technically. So when it came to making decisions, it was a whole lot harder because we all have our own styles.
Are you talking? And are you including your wives?
Our wives, yes. Okay. You know, because me and
Caesar,
do they
work there?
No, they don't. Okay. Well, Caesar's wife, she does, but she has a room. She does like lashes and stuff like that.
Okay.
She's also a barber, but she works at a different barber shop.
Whoa, threw me for a curveball on that one. Okay.
It's just different styles.
For sure.
She has the more like in and out type cuts. You know, she could do some clean fades, but where she works as more in and out, you know, $10 haircuts, you know.
I got you.
And we're more like precise $40 haircuts. So
right. More like boutique type, you know, specialty type.
Yeah. So when we decided to make our shop, our biggest decision was how we're going to be different than everybody else that's going to make people want to come to our shop. And in what services or what things we could do that people are going to be like, okay, I never got this before. So when we started to make the decision, at the time my wife was in college going for business, and she said she had to do a paper, and she had to figure out how if I have a barbershop or I have any business at this location and there's one down the street, why would people come to mine? So we had to create an idea and a whole plan, and why is this one better than that one? So we sat there and she's like, babe, I can't think of nothing. Help me out, this and that. I'm like, okay, let me think. Give me 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give people the sports clips, hair cuttery type vibe where, you know, professional, you come in, everything's clean, precise, you know, in and out, your appointments, but at the same time, give everybody the hood shop, you know, vibe where you're getting clean cuts, great conversation, stuff like that. Then at the same time, we had a massage therapist who worked with us for about almost 2 years. So that was a different thing we offered. So we wanted to make sure that when people came in, they're like, okay, it's professional and good services and all that stuff. Like, you know, all these professional and what's it called? The like when you open more than one shop, like a franchise. Mm-hmm. So the franchise vibe, but with the mom and pop, you know, customer service conversation. Okay. So when we figure that out, we're like, okay, now talking about it is easy. It's how you accomplish it. So, you know, writing, putting structure down, making rules, guidelines, letting barbers know, listen, when you come in, this is what we expect, this is what we want, this is what you're supposed to do. If you don't like it, then it's cool. We're not the place for you. Yeah. But this is what we expect. And
how do you draw that line, if you don't mind?
Honestly, just be real with them.
What, like, if you don't mind, like, run me through, like, because we have our own expectations.
Yeah.
Do you have a whole different shop? So, like,
yeah.
What would you say are your main like, not the literal conversation you're gonna have with each person, but you know, your bullet point. What are your main expectations?
Your area must be always clean. No cursing around clients.
At all?
Yeah, at all.
Ever? Okay. See, we don't follow that one.
Well, okay. Let me change that.
Not a fuck?
Without...
No. Let me change that.
You're on the wrong podcast, Blaine.
Let me change that. Let me change that. Yeah. I personally don't curse. Everybody else does.
For sure. But you're okay with
when you have a new client coming in, don't engage it. If the client does it, then okay, that's cool. You know, he's comfortable.
Then you know he's laid that foundation.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, so
I understand.
Don't be like the first person like, yo, you know,
yeah, because I'll be the first person.
Yeah.
But I do that consciously. It's not like I don't know. Like it's not that I think it's professional.
Yeah.
It's just I want you to know who I am.
No, I get you. I get
you.
Know
what I'm saying?
And we do it more for the fact that we do have a lot of women and kids that come into our shop.
I understand that completely.
So
right.
I don't want women to be sitting because our lobby area is separate from our rooms. So you hear every little thing in the lobby. So I don't want a woman to be sitting there like, oh my God, these guys are cursing, being disrespectful.
No, for sure.
But yeah, if we have somebody who comes in and that's their character, we go along with it. You know what I mean?
But you don't personally.
I don't curse personally.
So even if a client comes in and he's in here talking crazy, you ain't talking crazy.
No.
It's just not with. Now, is that just something like you've always kind of been that way, or?
Yes. So
just, and I only ask because with men, that's not very common.
No, yeah.
You have a few friends here and there who would do that.
Yeah.
But it's not super common. So what do you think?
For me, it was more like my mom was like, if I hear you curse, I'm gonna slap you in the mouth.
Yeah. Like,
and my mom is, you guys see I'm big, and she's naturally a bigger person. So I knew if she did, it's gonna hurt. So that's how it started.
She was coming with some fire behind it.
Listen,
you said like if your mom told
Yeah, no, she did. But now that I'm grown, Millie get because Millie get the fucks and everything, you know.
Because I was about to say, the way you said and how I've heard you talk in front of your mom is like, shut the.
Back then, bro, if we was jits, we couldn't curse or anything. She'll smack our mouth real quick, wash our mouth out with soap type of deal.
But now you're like, I'm paying my own bills.
No, I'm grown. I pay my bills. I pay bills. We
Millie,
fuck out of here.
Get your boy.
But so that's how it started. But then eventually I personally felt like I don't have to curse to get a point across. Yep. I could get the same reaction without saying the curse word.
But it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. No, bro, because I feel you. Like I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't a little bit feel bad when I cussed. Cursed, however you say it, because I go back and forth, right? But it's just never the same. Like, don't get me wrong. If I have a woman or a child or whatever, I'm not trying to be out here talking reckless. You know what I'm saying? But if you come in here with your woman and she starts talking crazy, then it's free game. Thing, then I'm good because she's wilding. You know what I'm saying? But and I get it. I get it. Like I said, but man, there's something about the punch of a good fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I just switch it up.
Like it hits. No, don't get me wrong.
Like, what
fudge?
The heck?
What the fudge?
Just the switch
no, I feel you. No, it's dope either way. No, I genuinely appreciate it. But that's exactly what I mean, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we obviously relate to each other. We all understand where we're coming from. But at the end of the day, there's a core. There's always going to be a core difference in what you want to present to the people that come to your business.
Yeah.
Right? Because even if they're not coming to you as a barbershop owner to get their hair cut, they're coming to your establishment.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to know that whoever you have in there is under the same understanding that you have for how you want to present that.
Well, and that's the biggest thing because at the end of the day, when people leave reviews, they're not going to criticize the barber. They're going to criticize the barber shop.
Exactly.
A big majority of the time.
Yep.
Oh, I went to this shop and this barber treated me like crap. But automatically, everybody's the first thing they're going to react to is the barber shop. Oh, I'm not going there because this and this and that, whatever.
They usually don't remember the name of the barber rather than the barber shop.
Yeah,
No, they never do. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah,
which is crazy when you think about it, because it's like, bro, he's just renting a spot here. But that's why it comes down to our education and our due diligence to make sure that we have the right people in here. And that's why when we were talking about our stations here to you earlier.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought it was dope that you said that you and C's had gone through. I hope I could say that. I hope I'm cool enough to say C's. Little C's, you know what I'm saying?
C's.
But that you have gone through kind of like a buddy program the whole way through. And we say that because we have one station almost fully complete that we have, and then we have another station that we're setting up. We're not going to be more than 4 people in this barbershop. Max. If we wanted to get crazy and greedy, it's because we're popping and we got it going on. And we're adding 2 more on the mural wall. Who cares, right?
Who gives a fuck?
But ideally, we'll keep it at 4, which is where we're about to be at. And we're hoping I hope I'm not ruining the party here, but we really are looking for kind of what UNCs were coming in with. Like, it seems idealistic, but it would be nice to have 2 barbers to come in kind of level playing field, already boys, kind of on the same mentality, just like y'all were, to come in together and kind of merge into what we already got going on, right? Because me and Gonzo, not only individually do we only have our plans, but we have plans that we would like to hopefully see to fruition together too. And to see two people that are coming in to kind of merge in that idea and solidify the expansion of that would correct me if I'm wrong, I think would be ideal.
Yeah.
You know,
it makes it a whole lot easier. Like, I think what makes our shop work now with the barbershops we have is the fact that we were connected somehow. So, like I said, it was me and Caesar for a year and a half by ourselves, you know, struggling because like nobody wants to be with us. What's wrong with our shop? Do we suck? What it is? And finally, Carlos.
Did it feel like that, by the way, at the beginning? Did it feel... Because it took how long for you to get your first barber?
Okay. We had a barber prior to getting the ones we have now. But he was one of those guys that didn't respect our rules, didn't want to follow what we...
Blatantly.
And it caused us to lose clients. So we never count him.
You act like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
How long was that period, though?
From when we got him, or he was with us?
How long was he with you?
I'll say probably like 4 months.
And when did you get him?
Maybe a year in. So
it still took. But were you really trying within that year, like to get people, or it just kind of worked out that way?
We were in the beginning, but it was harder because we're not a big walk-in spot.
That's our issue too.
Yeah. So we every time we told somebody like, yo, listen, we need somebody who already established clientele. You know, if you have at least 20, 30 clients, then it'll work. But anything less than that will be hard, and you won't be able to pay your bills because we don't have a lot of walk-ins coming in.
Right.
So that was the hardest thing for us. Because I had a lot of people coming out of school and be like, yo, I want to work with you guys. Like this vibe. I'm like, that's cool, but you have no clientele and you're not going to grow here. I'm going to be honest with you. So that was one of the hardest things. But that guy came in with us at about a year in saying like, I got like 100 clients. I'm good. And when he got there, he had no more than like 10. So now he
said,
are you being facetious or did he really say 100?
He really said.
Oh, yeah. 100's wild,
he said, I'm,
to have 10?
Listen, he said, I'm making $10,000 a month from barbering.
Oh, shit.
So did you actually think that? Knowing what you know, like to know like what I pull in right now, and feel like I'm popping.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, I'm cutting a lot of hair and I don't make $10,000 a month. I'm like, what is he doing? And I kind of doubted because we knew him personally. We had worked with him before.
Oh, like in another barbershop?
Yeah, another barbershop.
Oh, okay. So you already knew it was good.
We knew he was a little sketchy.
You were hoping that he was being for real.
It was 10 years since the last time we worked with him. So
okay.
We're like, people grow, they become, better people, and they learn. And he did it.
You didn't look at his IG though.
He didn't post hardly nothing either. Exactly. So it was hard.
You ain't making no 10,000 a month now posting on IG these days.
So he came in and honestly no more than 10 people. So we felt bad. We're like, yo, you know what? We'll give you one of my clients. And because of that, he screwed them over. And then now we're losing clients. I'm losing clients.
Right.
And so eventually he went and did his own thing. He opened his own shop.
That's wild, bro. I'm sorry, but as a barber, thinking about the idea, because people don't understand, right? Like once you go into ownership and your goal is to help other people at that point, right? Because you want, not only do you want other people, of course you want to retire and not cut hair.
Yeah.
Right. But
not really.
But you really do truly, if you're a person like I know you are, you really do want to see people grow and help them build up. So to think of the idea that I would take one of my truly not like when you hear a voicemail from a company that says, thank you for being a valued customer of da-da-da. No, but to truly be a client that I value as a person, like, yo, I really fuck with you. And I know you would say, you really heck with you.
I really mess with you.
I mess with you.
But to know that like I really mess with you and like I really appreciate how you value me and like what we do and da-da-da-da. To have a barber come in that you really want to see do well and say, look, bro, I know how you feel about me already, and I appreciate that. But I want you to trust me and go to this other person who's going to hook you up and trust me.
Yes.
And then them to fuck that up and be like, yo, I don't care how many years I've been fucking with you. You're a piece of shit for setting me up with someone who would do me like that. And that's really what it does. And that people don't, it is funny and dramatic, but at the same time, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Well, like at the end of the day, all emotions are funny and dramatic until you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, oh, damn, dog. That's for real.
And then that situation, it sucked because it wasn't just that one client. It was a family that lost 4 people that like were cool with me, used to come all the time. And just from that one little thing.
It's like, oh, you know what? You messed my boy up like that. I'm never coming to you again, bro. Yeah, and I feel that because if somebody did my boy like that, I might not never come to them again.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a horrible situation, but he went and did his own thing, you know, whatever. And he got his own shop now. But yeah, that we learned from that process, like, because at that point we hired him because we're like, you know, we need to hire somebody to give us booth rent. So we're not paying for everything. You know, it makes it easier on us. And we made the mistake of doing that. And once he was gone, we're like, you know what? If we don't feel comfortable with the people we have, we're not going to bring him in here. And
then it took how much longer? So that was what, 4 months in?
4 months in.
It took how much longer to get your next?
So, okay, to give exact.
1.5 years, bro.
A year. So yesterday made 2 years that we've been open.
I was just going to say congratulations because I just saw. Congratulations to 2 years Legacy Barber Studio.
Yes.
I just saw a post. So from that time to when?
So from year one. I think we're literally a year in. He worked with us until I'll say maybe October. So whatever, how many months that is. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't get our next barber until maybe 2-3 months after that.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not crazy.
But now, how would you say, has it been a major flip in the vibe? How do you feel about the way it's running now?
It's
you got everybody on lock. You got everybody under chains and balls. Like you got, like, you know, if you hit up Jeff, you need to be like, hey, pull up right now in 5 minutes, you're fired. Like, you know, he's gonna pull up.
Yeah. No. It's the good thing, the vibe that I love about our shop now and the barbers is the fact that we don't have to tell them nothing and they already know.
They know their program. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's exactly what it is.
Because like the first barber we got officially was Carlos. Blended with Carlos.
I keep forgetting.
Blended by Los.
Blended by Los. Sorry, Blended by Los.
Shout out, bro.
Shout out.
Blended by Los. We got him first, and we worked with him prior to, so we know we already had that connection.
Yeah.
Then after that, we got Jeff, which I worked with before, and we both worked with before, and we knew him. And then he knew Jay, so he's like, yo, he's a cool guy. He works really good. You know, he works hard. He's responsible. So once everybody got together, we already had we literally said it once, like, listen, this was respect, la 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 la. Never had to say nothing else to this day. It's been since maybe January.
It is what it is. You ain't had to do nothing.
Yeah. Never had no issue.
Hey, and I wish that luck to continue on you, bro. Because, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think that if you, a person like who I understand you to be, who if I, you know, we haven't spent that much time together. Yeah, no. You know, probably a total of an hour, 2 hours now, right? I feel like the people who have issues with those kinds of things are people who aren't honest, one, with themselves. Yeah. Shout out Johnny Del Valle. Only because I saw his clip recently today, and he's always talking about, you know, the honesty you keep with yourself. And it's true, right? Because at the end of the day, the idea of that, what he was just saying, the truth setting you free has to start with yourself, right? So if you are not truly honest with yourself and what you want out of whatever you're going into, then nothing is going to satisfy you or make you happy. Yeah. Right? So once you understand what you actually want to achieve and accomplish and what you're setting out to do, from there, you can make the decisions appropriately enough to set your environment accordingly. So, right? Because the things that you hear so commonly in like horror stories of barbershops or owners and dealing with barbers, it's because, okay, what standard are you setting? Exactly. How are you proving that standard? What are you doing to maintain that standard? Mm-hmm. How are you setting the example? Like these, there's so many basic fundamental questions that are like, to anyone who's worked in the workforce outside of the lowest level in terms of like, once you go into any sort of supervisory level of anything, right? It doesn't matter what industry. Yeah. It's very basic information. Yeah. Right? Are you following through on that? And if you are, if you know what you want, if you know what you're setting out for, are you clearly communicating that to the people that are around you? Because if you are not clearly communicating exactly what you want and expect from the people around you, you can't expect to receive anything that you want. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not easy to fucking blame somebody for doing something, but if you haven't said anything, You haven't communicated that. Then it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like these guys, your guys are just going to fall in line. Anybody that you get afterwards are just going to fall in line because you already set a precedent.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have that issue.
And that was the thing that we noticed working out of the shops, the fact that they expected things, but they didn't tell you about it or they didn't show you. So one of the biggest things with us is, if I want you to do something, I'm going to let you know what it is, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Because now you can't say, oh, I don't do it because he's the owner, and why would I do it if he doesn't do it?
Exactly.
So it's always saying what you want and expressing it and showing it, because anybody could say something, but if you're lacking whatever situation it is, they're not going to follow it and agree with it or whatever it may be. So
it's obvious, bro, because I can genuinely say, as a barber, if I went to a barbershop, which I have multiple times, and somebody told me that they want this, luckily hasn't happened. But if a barbershop owner told me they wanted me to conduct myself a certain way, but then I saw them completely, blatantly ignoring that way of business, why would I go out of my way to do something you're not going out of your way to do? Right? Otherwise, but if you know you're not doing that, then just avoid the whole problem, right? Figure out what it is you want. And I think at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Knowing what type of vibe you want to set, knowing where you want to draw that line, right? Like for you, like I would just say, just based on this conversation, your barbershop compared to ours, based on what I've seen, is more like you idealistically would want to provide a more, quote unquote, welcoming environment, right? To the family.
Yes.
Right? Whereas I want you to tell me what you think, because this will be interesting.
Okay.
Right? I feel like our shop is more like, this is our shop and our vibe. And if your family comes in here, we're going to respect that. But when your family's not in here, we are what we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then sometimes whenever the family, we're always respectful. Like, fucking always fucking respectful.
Blanket statement.
Never disrespectful.
Never.
But in our vibe, there might be some fucks thrown around, with some kids, or they're not fucks, but shits maybe.
Fucks.
But like very funny, very vibey, and they get us at the end of the day, But I mean, for the most part, everybody who comes here knows our vibe already, and then they fall in line. Yeah. They're already loose. They
fall in line. If you come here, you better fall in line.
Yeah, bro. They already know. They already down with the shits. We about to talk shit.
Well, see, where you guys do the whole cursing thing, where you're passionate about that and you're very dedicated to it.
Yeah.
In mine and Jeff room, where we like cracking jokes, we like making fun of each other, roasting each other, and we involve our clients in everything we do. Like we do stupid little games, like if a hyena and a beaver got into a fight, who will win? And we have a whole discussion and with clients and everything, and it's funny as heck.
That's where I feel like, to be honest, and I don't know Jeff too deeply on a personal level.
Yeah.
But we've had a couple good chill talks, casual talks, and that's the type of conversation that I feel like you personally, because I don't know you too, you as well as I know Jeff. And I feel like that's where y'all are like, you and your clientele are like matching perfectly.
Yeah.
Like there's something, and I couldn't say what it is. Because for me, it's obviously amazingly good, attractive looks. And for Gonzo, it's something else.
I didn't laugh because I didn't agree.
I'm fucking cute over here, man.
There's just, no, and naturally though, and I imagine the same thing with C's, right? Because y'all have been together so long. But there's just something about a certain chemistry with a certain type of barber that you achieve that you can't really put your finger on. You can't really say it's this one thing or one other thing.
Yeah.
But their clientele and your clientele kind of get each other. And it's like, if you need to swap places, you can, but it's not your favorite place to be.
Yeah.
But it's like, but when you're there, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And there's always just a comfortable back and forth. And you can, one thing that we never talk about, and I'm glad I could take this minute to talk about on the podcast, is the art of conversation that happens in a barbershop is one that I've seen in no other place, right? One that, and I've been in a lot of places, right? Yeah. One that you can flow so seamlessly as a master barber, of course. I'm a beginner, it's fucking trash. But as a master barber, you flow so seamlessly between 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 and 4-on-4 conversations. You flow so seamlessly between them because me and you, let's say I was cutting your hair right now, Angel, right? And we're having a conversation. Next thing you know, I hear him and his client say something just loud enough that it catches me. And then boom, all of a sudden, now we're having a 2v2. And then all of a sudden, you know, a couple extra seconds go by and we're back to a 1v1. And then we got 2 1v1s going. And you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And it's a vibe that like, it helps you truly understand the value of the conversation and the appreciation of like minding your own damn business. Right? Because there's some things, you know, have nothing to do with you. And some things do. And some things have nothing to do with you, but you would like them to. So you insert yourself a little bit.
We're close enough too. That it's like, yo, you're right here. I'm good if I can talk.
Yeah, like I know you weren't talking to me, but you said this thing, and I know a little bit about that.
What'd you say back there?
And I think that's a part of being a barber that you don't really think about too much. And it has a lot to do with who you work beside, because you work beside people who that kind of chemistry doesn't play off, right? We just kind of tit for tat was like the ideal chemistry. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's the complete opposite, or you have somebody next to you and you're like, oh shit, you're trans and I didn't know it, and I just said something about Obama's wife, and like, you know what I mean? like all kinds of crazy shit, whatever, which way you go. That was a literal example, by the way. I pulled that.
That's happened.
Funny conversations, or you know, you have the gay client in your chair, and the guy next to him is homophobic and doesn't know it, so he says some wild shit, and you're like, ooh. Like, what's about to happen?
That's happened to us.
How do you guys play with that at your shop? No pun intended.
You can't really shut them down. You gotta let them flow.
You gotta see let them flow. Where everybody lies here. Like, so, how you feel and how you feel.
So I've learned, because the fact there's only me and, well, not no more, he's in his room, but since we work together by ourselves, I would let him know about certain things about my clients, and he'll tell me certain things about him that we don't want to mention around them.
Right.
So if I have some homosexual clients, like, if you see something to me, I'm going to be like, oh, heck no, that's gay as hell. You know what I mean?
But around a gay client, you'd be like, no, that's absolutely perfectly fine.
But the good thing is that the clients that we both have will have conversations just like that with us. Like I had one of my clients who he's gay. I cut him and his husband.
That's gay.
Yeah. But he went to another barbershop. He went to another barbershop where everybody in there is straight, and they were twerking on each other. These are men, and he's like, "Listen, I'm gay, but that was too gay for me."
That's crazy. Wild. You know what's funny? My who's freaky ass barbershop?
I ain't no snitch. I
need to know this. Stop it. That is so funny to me.
I'll tell you afterwards.
We're offline. My God. Listen, my favorite thing to do is no homo jokes with my gayest clients.
Yeah.
Like, that's the funniest thing to me is, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the hate that gets pushed around, man. And when it comes to that, bro, on that note, when with all the different types of people that we service out here, pause, is you know, we got love for everybody, bro. And to see constantly how much hate in the media is constantly being nipped on is crazy, because then we have interactions like this and with our clients in front of all these people, and it's like, bro, we all love each other, bro. This is bullshit. Like, we already know that.
Whatever you do on your private time, that's on you. It don't bother me. It don't affect me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna treat you no different. And that one was a hard one. Not hard, but it was pause. It was when I first started cutting his hair, he's like, listen, I know you go to church and this and that. I know you have your beliefs. Do you mind cutting my hair? I'm like, as long as you pay me, I don't care.
Oh, he really asked you that? Like, he was like, oh, I'm gay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I haven't had that experience.
Yeah.
But real quick, because I know we didn't get to really touch on it. Pause. But what was we talked about your experience with C's, and I would have hated myself if we went through your whole podcast and didn't talk about your barber origins.
Yes.
We talked about you coming up through the ranks with C's together, but you individually, how did you even end up becoming a barber? What was your path like to become so?
So my plan was never to be a barber. I wanted to work at Disney doing animation and stuff like that. I love drawing and stuff like that, like yourself. And
hell yeah.
And that was my goal. But when I got to high school, I realized I didn't like school, and I failed ninth grade twice. So I was in ninth grade 3 times. Had a 0.3 GPA. So I moved from Denellen High School to Bellevue, and they while I was there, it was probably 2 weeks in. They called me to the office. They're like, "Listen, if you fail one more time, we have to get rid of you because you'll be 21 by the time you would if you did pass, after that. And when you're 21, you can't be in school no more. So like we have a program where you could take your GED, take the state exam, which was the FCAT back then. If you pass that, you get your high school diploma, and we'll pay for you to go to college, like the college course." So I'm like, yeah, of course. I'd rather do that because at this time I was 16. I was 6'3", 215 pounds with kids who were like 5 feet tall in ninth grade, where, and I had almost a beard and stuff. So I'm like, this doesn't feel right no more.
You already look old.
Yeah. So,
damn, shots fired.
we just mad too.
You're already out there.
People say I have great complexion. Anyways, but so yeah,
you do have a fantastic complexion.
So, thank you.
I have no idea how old you are. Dead ass.
Guess.
I couldn't.
For one, I'm gonna give you a legitimate guess. Like I'm trying to flatter you.
Yeah.
I want to know. Like if I just let me put myself in the mental state that I just randomly came across your visual image.
Ignore the white hair from beard, but yeah.
No, I got to take that into account. Okay, if I just looked at you right now, I would say this dude is probably, considering the outfit and everything. I'm gonna give you a solid. Shit, I have to consider my own age. I'll give you a 35.
35, okay. What'd you think?
I was thinking 35 too.
35?
That was my number 2.
Okay.
What do you think?
What I think? I think.
I mean, what is?
What do I think?
I think.
What do you think?
What is reality?
I'll be 39 next month.
Ooh.
No, that's solid, bro. That's 4
close.
years, bro. That's 4 years off.
39, damn.
What about me?
Getting up there, bro.
What about me? If you look at me, because you don't know how old I am.
I don't. I would say maybe like 28.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah,
That's good. Don't do me.
See, I would think you're both around the same.
But he needs a haircut.
But I'm actually 28.
He needs a haircut.
Because I thought you were going to make me 25.
No, but if he had
Damn.
but listen, if he had a nice haircut, he might be 23.
25, 23.
Might be 23,
I'm in that
24.
ball range. Yeah, I'm young.
He look good.
Oh, yeah.
He look good.
It's the shirt.
Shelby, watch out. That's how we'll know.
Yeah.
Nah, I just turned 31 like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Happy
So
birthday.
shout out, thank you.
Belated birthday.
How old are you really?
I'm 38.
Because you're not a woman, I can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we answered 38. Yeah,
About to be
yeah.
39.
I'll be 39 next month.
Not bad.
So yeah.
Too many.
But what were we talking about?
Your barber journey.
Yeah, barber journey.
Oh, so yeah, I was in they told me I could take a college course. At the time, the only course they had available was agriculture. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, whatever, I get out of high school and whatever, I'll do whatever it takes.
You were kind of just looking at what's right in front of you. You weren't really looking too far ahead.
Yeah, my thought was, let me do this, even though I don't want to do it, and just get my diploma, and then when I get out, just figure out what I want to do after that. Right. Now, luckily, 2 days before school was supposed to start for agriculture, somebody dropped out of the barbering program. So they told me, listen, we have another opening at barbering. Would you rather do that? I'm like, heck yeah, because I don't like being outside and dealing with plants.
Nobody wants to do that.
So I'd rather do that. So at the age of 16, I went to barber school at CF and graduated when I was 18.
Did you go with Jimmy Blends?
No.
Do you know Jimmy Blends?
Jimmy Blends is
City Clippers.
No.
You don't know him at all?
I know him. Yeah, I know him, but I didn't go to school with him.
Okay.
I went the year before Adrian from Fashion Cuts.
True.
So he graduated as he was finishing. I was coming in.
His dad already had that. Shout out Fashion Cuts.
Yes.
His dad already had that going on.
Yes.
How long was that program?
But wait, he didn't go through his own dad's program?
They didn't have the school at the time.
Oh, okay.
That school was fairly new. So
okay. I thought that had been old money.
No. This is 2001.
Okay.
That's happened.
My boy got the OG barber game.
OG.
We definitely got to have you back for another episode. We got to dig deep out here.
So
hell yeah.
But yeah, so I did that, graduated, and like I said, I started my cousin's salon just because it was an opportunity. He already had the place going, and I figured let me just do this for now. And the first year, obviously, it was hard as a barber, getting people to sit in your chair, and I think back in the day we didn't have social media, we didn't have Facebook and all this stuff, so you literally had to hand out cards or put it in the newspaper. So getting people to come in was hard. Getting people to sit in your chair because You know, it's not like now you go on Instagram, you see all your haircuts, how it looks, videos.
Yep.
We didn't have none of that. It's just, does he cut?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Thinking about how, because I started cutting hair, or I started in the barber game, sweeping up in a barbershop.
Yeah.
Way before the social media game kicked off.
Okay.
So my view, my perspective of the barber game has always been old school.
Yeah.
But my practical application of the barber game has always been new school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy that I'm like right on that border, you know, middle child, if you will. Shout out J. Cole.
That was a plug.
who kind of is right in the middle, like where I see that and I think, damn, to imagine how much harder it will be. Because I feel very blessed to like be in the position that I'm in and to what we've accomplished in this time, even though obviously we put in work to be there. Thinking about the barbers who were here before that, and how much more they had to grind, like for their clientele, and how much more they had to grind to get their reputation out, because they didn't have a one-stop shop of anybody at any point in time seeing exactly what kind of haircut they could do.
Yeah.
That's a different level of marketing, bro. And you can't. It's like when people talk about Kobe versus LeBron, right? First of all, I don't know because I don't watch sports. Second of all, obviously Kobe. Right?
Okay. We don't got that much time left.
That's a whole different video.
That's a whole different video.
I'm glad I got a response there. But no, I mean, obviously, aside from obviously it being Kobe, it's a whole different game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, like the game Kobe came up with was a different game that was being refereed than the game that LeBron came up with.
Yeah.
So you really can't compare it. You just have to appreciate that and appreciate like what perspective any person at any point in time through that journey has gained and what kind of value that experience can offer, right? Because no matter what point in the game you came in at, there's a different attribute that can be most valued out of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Like, for example, for us, you know, it's like the balance of like how good do your haircuts look when they're photographed and actually posted, and are you an actual decent person who people want to be around?
Back in the day, we didn't have that. You had to make sure it was good because they were going to walk out and somebody's going to see it.
Yeah.
And that's the only hope you have for somebody to come and check you out.
But the plus side was if you were really good at cutting hair, but an asshole, they're not going to know until they come to get their haircut. And by then, they'll be so happy they got the haircut, you can still be an asshole.
Yeah.
And these days, they'll kind of know about that beforehand. Like, hey, good cut, kind of a dick.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was a lot different. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I got my license 5 years ago. I just explained to you guys that I've been to school in 2000.
That's crazy to think because I feel like you've been in the game way longer than that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But out here,
like you old. Was Kevin Hart? Damn.
How did? By the way, in that phase of your career when you were non-licensed and just out there grinding in a shop, just straight fucking riding dirty, like, did you feel at any point like, oh shit, they're about to come try to pop my ass? Like
every year, yeah.
But you didn't know when.
So, because I went, like I said, I graduated from school and everything, but I'm not a test taker at all. So every time I took my test, back then it was written and you had to do practical. You had to cut somebody's hair. So the cutting part was easy for me, but the written part, I failed it 7 times.
Damn.
In order to take the test again, just to show you how crazy it was, in order to take the test again, you have to go to the school, do remediation hours, get the person in charge to sign a whole thing for you to go back. I didn't want to do that, so I used to forge her signature all the time. Miss Hunt, shout out. And
got you.
So
I know how to sign your name, bro.
I practice a lot. But so yeah, every single time I did that. So in from the time I was at Hairpots, I was there for 8 years. In that 8 years, I didn't have a license. Every year, inspector will come in. And it happened to be that every single time that they would come in, I was out for lunch, I came in late, or something always happened, except the last time. And I blame Caesar for this one. So
rightly so.
Yes, I got to blame somebody. No, so we had a thing that if we see an inspector, because it's always the same lady, which is the same lady that comes now.
For real? Oh,
Linda,
she just retired.
Yeah. So
she just retired. Shout out Linda. She said we got the best shop of all time. No offense.
No, she lied.
Linda.
She's known for lying. No, but so yeah, the last time we had a thing that if we seen her coming in, so since we knew who she was and she always parked in the same area, we would say Santa Claus. So if she says Santa Claus,
that's
we would put
a weak code name, by the way. That's a weak.
You would think it would be easy though.
Get out of there.
Santa Claus. But so yeah, she came in one day I was in the last station. Caesar seen her. He put his clippers down and went to the bathroom. He didn't say nothing. As soon as I looked to the door, she's walked in and I got caught. So at that point, I had to leave the shop. They're like, you can't cut. You don't have a license. I got a $500 fine.
Damn.
Then, this is back then where, like I said, we didn't have social media.
You actually got fined by DBPR.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I always assumed
that was the first time
they made those reprimands seem so dramatic so that no one would ever want to get caught. I've never met anyone who actually got caught up by
Maybe
that.
out here writing
But
tickets.
hey, at least they didn't make it so that you couldn't get licensed again.
Well, we haven't got to there yet.
Oh, come on, hit me with it. Give it to me all.
So I got caught, and like I said, this is before pause. This is before social media and all that stuff. Booksy, so you didn't have appointments. It was everything walk in. So I had to leave, and I tried to cut hair in my house, but I had no clients. So I started working different jobs, and for a little bit.
When you say had no clients, do you mean you literally had nobody that would come to your house for a haircut?
I went from doing 30 people a day to having no more than 5.
Hold on.
That was back then whenever they used to come.
But do you
to the shop.
actually mean 30 people a day?
Yeah.
Because I cut 10 people.
I can't do that now. I die.
10 people is a crazy day for me.
But you got to think back then there was a lot of even cuts and a blowout.
Yeah.
Or
I feel that.
2 on top with
It's a
skin
different
fade.
thing. It's a different thing. I feel
no enhancements, no sharp edges.
now it's like y'all want
no
me out here
Crispies.
performing like Grammy Award
exactly.
nominee shit.
Exactly.
I'm out here. I think colada and shit and beef empanada. They finish this shit though.
But but so they had no clients to come to my house, and where I was working at, they didn't let nobody know. Hey, he's at home now. Here's his number. They didn't help me out or look out for me in any way like that, which was my family, so it was crazy. But so at that point, I didn't have a license. I worked somewhere else. I can't remember where it was, but I end up what was it? Caesar had to leave too because he didn't have a license.
Oh shit! Y'all were both riding.
Yeah, right. Chameleon here.
Riding dirty.
So he left. I left. One of his cousins hit us up. He's like, yo, I know a guy. You pay him this much money. He'll get your license for you, this and that. It's official. We're like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Paid the money. We got the license. We're thinking we're good. We started working at Marino's Barbershop right there in Dixie Plaza. Inspector comes in. She's like, we came in because somebody said that people are working without license here. We figured out who it was, which was my family member.
Wait, who it was saying that?
Yes.
Damn, bro. You Puerto Rican?
Me, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fucking Boricuas,
Bochinche.
bro.
Yep,
Boricuas. Hey, yo, y'all need to get off that bullshit. Let me take this opportunity to tell y'all. Y'all be on that toxic bullshit. All right, cut that shit out.
But yeah. So anyway, so they came in. She's like, we're going to check all your license. We're like, yeah, we good. We legit. Do your thing. You know what I mean? So she came, took a picture of all of our licenses. She left. At that point, we left there and went to work at No Limit Barbershop, which is where King Cuts is now.
Shout out King Cuts.
Yes, King Cuts.
King Cuts be doing their thing out here too.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
yeah. Sir. Great with the promoting and all that stuff.
Yeah, they be doing their thing.
So we went, me and Caesar went there. And I went out to visit my mom for the weekend in Tallahassee.
Did you mean working there? You were working there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But while it was No Limit, not when it was King Cuts.
Correct.
Okay.
So we were working, whatever. I went on vacation, and Caesar called me. He's like, yo, inspectors came in. They're looking for you. They know your license is fake. I'm like, what were you talking about?
They said that shit?
Yeah.
Like they came in like, oh, nah, this shit fake.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So they came in.
Was it though?
Yes. So it was, okay, so here's the situation.
But was it, hold on.
It was
let me just clarify.
Okay.
I don't know if this is good or bad. I maybe shouldn't say this. I don't know. I'm going to say it anyway. There's people that get a fake license, right? Mm-hmm. Which could be what you're talking about. And then there's people who get a real license a fake way.
That's what I did. So it was
license the fake way.
The guy who made it for us worked for DBPR.
Right.
So he made the paperwork like I went to this school, got all these hours. The school said that I went to school in Puerto Rico, which I never did.
But they knew that was false.
They knew it was false because when they looked up my name, I still had the $500 fine that I never paid.
Oh.
So how did he get a license if he never paid the fine? So they started doing research. They called the school in Puerto Rico. They tell him, no, he no here. You know,
they were bored, bro.
Yeah,
they were bored.
Yeah,
they did a fucking whole investigation.
Yeah, they had nothing else. That was the only case on their shit.
I think Linda worked for the FBI. She didn't say nothing.
Yeah, nice with it. They caught your ass.
No, literally. So yeah, so they investigated. They found out that I didn't go to school there. So they kept doing research, and then That's when they came in looking for me, and they it happened to be that.
Damn, that boy had an FBI raid coming in.
Basically, it was her and some other dude. So they came in, and literally when they called me, I was in Tallahassee, which that's where the main office is at. Me being dumb and young, I went in front of the building, took a picture. I'm like, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? Come get me.
Like on social media?
Yeah.
Get out of here. My boy's on a fucking
Thug life.
What would you call it? Like a fugitive run right now.
Right here, Linda.
So, come get me.
White lady.
Okay, but you posted this on your Instagram?
There was no Instagram at the time. It was Facebook, I think. Or MySpace. Maybe MySpace. I don't remember. I don't remember what they was.
Who was in your top 8? Can you remember?
I only know one, and I can't mention it because my wife would be mad.
Ah, shit. No. We ain't trying to do that out here.
No.
That is not what Elevate Barbering is about. Never married. Has, never will be.
No.
But yeah, so I went back home. They said to call them. I called them. They're like, listen, we know your license is fake. I'm like, what are you talking about? I made up a whole story talking about, no, some guy told me that I take a remediation course in Orlando and you pass it, you get your license, this and that. It got to the point where they said, if we find out that you made the license, you're going to prison for fraud, license fraud.
Damn.
So luckily, they couldn't figure out that I made it because I didn't make it. But they told me I could never get my license ever again. And I got a $1,085 fine. So
you paid that?
I paid that one because I didn't want to go to jail. I didn't know if I would or not, but just to be safe, I paid it. Shout out to my grandmother, rest in peace. She paid it, helped me pay it.
Shout out Grandma Angel, for real.
So, but yeah, so after that, I didn't cut hair I didn't cut hair in a shop for about 6 years. I was cutting out of my garage, my bathroom, wherever, any space I had.
Was this still your primary, like, oh, this is how I'm going to make money, or this is just what you're doing?
At this point, I was doing landscaping, worked at Hooters, Metro PCS.
You didn't really have a vision. You didn't have a vision.
No. Because in my mind, I'm thinking I can never do this again, but it's a good little side hustle to have extra money on the side,
But you weren't even thinking about the impact on your future.
No, not at the time.
Right.
Yeah, I figured this is it. I'm done with barbering. I can't do nothing else. I'll just do it whenever I can inside my house. Yeah, that's about it. But eventually, because Caesar got caught too.
Y'all out here crazy. Y'all dirty, right?
Yeah, he got caught too. And difference was I went to school at the time. He never went to school. After that happened, he went to school.
Shots fired.
Yeah. I was legit. No. He went to school, passed, and then he went to the state board. Because when you take the test, you have to be in front of 5
panel board
of the whatever.
Not when we did, but when y'all did. Yeah.
Not no more. It says it on the test. I don't know.
We don't have to. We don't do any practical anymore.
Well, you do the written though.
Yeah.
It says it on the written test. Unless it didn't come out on your test. Anyways. But
don't ask me all them questions.
Just don't ask me. I don't remember nothing. But so he went to school, went in front of the state board, and they approved him. So when that happened, he told me like, "Yo, listen, they're gonna approve you too. Do your thing." Blah, blah, blah. So I filled out the form. I was waiting to go in front of the state board, and I'm waiting, and I get no response. And I'm like, let me check. Let me go online and check. And it said everything approved. I'm like, what? So I called Adrian Jones from Fashion Cuts. I'm like, yo, listen, because he's the one that was helping me out, trying to get everything done. He's like, yeah, man, they approved it. You could take your test. I'm like, what the heck? So that was 5 years ago. And nice. Ever since I've been legal, I ain't riding dirty no more.
Does it feel like a giant weight lifted off your shoulders?
Heck yeah. Like I was constantly looking back to see.
Because you were so used to riding dirty that now being clean. Because I've never cared at all about any of that shit. I could be like, oh, you trying to inspect me? Come inspect me.
Even when I had my license, I was still nervous until she came in and inspected our shop. Is when I felt more comfortable.
You mean your shop, like Legacy Barber Studio? By the way, just so everybody knows, what's the address to that shop?
It's 2801 Southwest College Road, 34474, right on 200, between Arby's and the TJ Maxx Plaza.
Shout out Arby's.
Yeah. I didn't want them to know exactly where it was.
Listen, when you want a good barber shop, you know what I'm saying?
You want to know the place to go.
You got to be precise.
I should have said that way earlier. But yeah,
hey, no fucks over there.
Listen, if we're booked, y'all head over there. Nah, it's all love, bro. I really, really, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you coming in to show love and just vibe with us, bro. Because we obviously we have a vibe that we have for our shop. Which hopefully you felt since being in here after hours, once all the hormones and all that have kind of weaned off for the day. Yep. But all jokes aside, just kind of give a different vibe and show everybody that we would like to have all barbers from around town come in, you know what I mean? And kind of show themselves and what makes them different and kind of their journey. Correct. We all have a different version of that through our experience. And I think that this is just a good place to vibe out and, you know, show it. So one of these days I got to come through to Legacy, not only to check out for myself, but I don't know if you ever saw the video I did. Did you ever see the networking video I did when we were at like Bank Street? And there was all the barbers hanging out and everybody.
Yeah, I seen that one.
At that time, I was having an idea of thinking of like going to all these different barbershops in the area and just doing like a mini vlog about their shop.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like this is where it's at. This is kind of their vibe. This is what it looks like. Just to kind of show, because for one, it's never competition in my eyes, right? Mm-hmm. It's not about like, oh, like if you mess with me, you mess with me. Come check us out. Come vibe with us, but I want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody, and I want everybody to know that everybody has something to offer. Mm-hmm. It's not about I love competition in a sports way, right? Yeah. Like I love talking shit, and I love like knowing that I'm a better barber than Gonzo, and like he can never blend like me, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
But like. When it comes to ultimately at the end of the day, bro, we all have something else. Like we all have there's something that nobody else can replicate about what we do.
Oh, yeah.
And I think as a barber, as a person who grew up with a barber who felt like he had 2 or 3 solid barbers and a couple backup barbers, but I would still show love to all those barbers at any time. There's so much love to be had. You know what I'm saying? There's so much love to be given. That I think that at the end of the day, that's what our podcast is for, right? Yeah. To show love to the people around us that do what we do and can appreciate the vibe that we put out, but also the people that love to come see you, right? Yeah. Like those may not be people who love to come see me or Gonzo, but they want to come see you and how you compare to other people. And I don't know, man, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just about showing love, getting out there all the vibes that we want to put out, and making sure that everybody knows that there is somebody out there who is the right person to cut your hair. Mm-hmm. And there's a right person to be a part of the shop that you want to go BS with for an evening every week. And I say every week because if you're not getting a haircut every week, you're fucked up.
Go to the shop, man.
Go to the shop. I don't know if I missed anything, man, but I really appreciate you coming in, bro. I appreciate you coming to show love. Like I said, I'm definitely coming to do a vlog at Legacy. I got to do at least a half day.
Show some love out there.
Both of us got to go. I'm going to commit both of us to a half day at Legacy for a vlog, man. BSing.
We got some comfortable couches, so.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll watch the language too, and we'll be there, bro.
We will watch our language at Legacy.
You know? Just come vibe out with y'all, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. The next one we'll dive deeper into y'all.
Pause.
And pause, super pause on that. And C's, you got to come through next time, man. You got to represent your brand, your legacy.
Listen, C's.
Look at us.
Tell them.
I'm not expecting you to say anything, but I need you to be sitting here across from me. Okay?
right here.
Not that close, bro.
Right on the couch.
No, but for real though, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you. And of course, we'll see. You'll be back, bro. You'll be back.
Thank you for having me.
Any last words?
We out.
Episode 8, we out. Holla.